Okay, so we shall begin the afternoon session. Good afternoon, everybody. With Marion Abécassis, we are very honored to chair this afternoon session. My name is Paul weil-dubuc, and I am a researcher in Espace Éthique Île-de-France. With Emmanuel Hirsch, which is here, and our team, we are partners of this event. As you may probably know, this meeting takes place during les États généraux de la bioéthique. So it's a general assembly on bioethical questions before the review of bioethics laws in France. So numerous debates are being organized in France, mainly by the various espaces éthiques about very diverse issues like procreation, genomic, artificial intelligence, neurosciences issue, etc. So there are many questions that could be raised to open this afternoon session, but I will briefly focus on two of them. And after that, I will leave it to Marion Abécassis to present the process of the afternoon. So first question, what could be the role of an association like ARRIGE on genome editing ethical issues? I think ethics may play here different roles. It may be a guardian who tries to be vigilant and keep technoscientific progress into reasonable limits. It may also be an arbitrator seeking a consensus between different actors, but it could also be, and maybe it should also be, a pioneer. I mean, reflections in ethics should make it possible to imagine issues that will occur in the future, even with the risk of writing pure science fiction, unless we are, of course, conscious we are writing science fiction. And that is, I think, precisely the aim of this meeting. Otherwise, if ethics is only a guardian or an arbitrator, it is, of course, useful, but it is only reactive and passive in the face of technoscientific progress, innovations. The second remark is about justice. I think justice is here the core and transverse issue as the implementation of genome editing techniques could deeply modify social organizations. There are at least 5 justice issues associated with the future development of genome editing. These issues have been stressed by Mylène Bottbol-Bohm previously and raised by adherents of ARRIGE before this meeting, and I'm sure they will be tackled during the afternoon. Firstly, if we could identify and act on potential diseases by editing human genomes, what could become of the persons who refuse to use such technique in spite of a risk to develop specific diseases? Will they still be eligible to health insurance? Will they suffer from discriminations? A second type of issues are social justice issues. Will genome editing techniques be covered by social welfare? If it is covered, would it be just to intervene on genomes of the most disadvantaged people to compensate inequalities? Can we assume that genes are a type of resources that can be distributed as well as material goods? Will genes enter in the scope of justice? Third issue, what are duties towards next generations, toward people who don't exist yet? For type of justice issue, what are our duties towards non-human beings? And last but not least, there is a global justice problem, which already occurred with other treatments as antiretroviral drugs. Which countries could access to it and on what basis? So, thank you very much. I leave it to Marion Abécassis to present the process of this afternoon. Thank you.
So, hello everyone. My name is Marion Abécassis. I'm an attorney and a member of the Paris and the New York bars. And I currently work at the McDermott Will & Emery firm. And I have the great chance and honor to follow the works of the Interim Ethics Committee for now 2 years. Thank you all for coming from all around the world, despite the French strikes, which is one of our specialty here. But welcome to the ARRIGE Kick-Off meeting afternoon session. Yay, you made it, but the intense discussions are yet to come and to be developed. So this afternoon, I was saying that is going to be intense. I think it's important to talk with different perspectives from different subject matters point of view and from different generations also point of view. I think the youngest attendee of this session this morning was a few months old. But I think it's important to think about the future generation in that type of issues. So we're going to address the human issues, the environmental issues, the intellectual property and economic issues, involving patients in the discussion. And of course, in an ideal world, we would address each of those types of issues during the whole afternoon. But we cannot do that. So what is going to happen is that we will leave about 10 to 15 minutes for each speaker to briefly introduce or address some questions raised by his or her subject. After that, we will have 15 to 20 minutes for interactions with the room. You're most welcome and encouraged to take your mic and participate. Although we have limited time, so it requires each of you to be very disciplined and ask focused questions and or comments, and to keep it short. Briefly state your name at the beginning of your comment, and everything will be great.